Hey guys, welcome to the first ever edition of Inside CANDiCE'S Cab. I'm sitting inside of Miss Square Barbie right now. If you don't know her yet, my 1977 Chevrolet short wheelbase C10. She was a full resto. She was dug out of the woods, rusty roller, looked like a tooted up four-wheel drive truck. So if you don't know her already, you will, because she's kind of big deal. At least in my own mind she is, because I love her, and that's all that matters. So I was piddling on Hank's headliner earlier, and I was just trying to do some commentary so you wasn't just watching me rake off some of the old foam, and so I decided to talk, and it kind of put a little ding light bulb in my head, and I'm like, this isn't talked about enough. Why don't we talk about it enough? I'm usually the one, I don't care what I say or do. I don't do anything bad, but sometimes I can be like opinionated or outspoken. I stand up for the little man. So, with that said, today's discussion will be about the social media influencers that we see and we follow. The ones that you will see highlighted more than others, garage builders, hot rod builders, body paint, all of the genres of for this is automotive industry. That's what I'm into. And I have noticed, and I've talked about this with lots of people, we just batter back and forth about it, share our opinions, and you'll see why, how, we don't know. Some builders, usually it's basically influencers who have a large following, will get more heavily promoted and seen and pushed through the threats of social media compared to the real tried and true builders, fabricators, welders, body paint, all of that. They will be kept in the dust and the shadows. Us, tried and true people, we don't really care because we do it because we love to do it. Nobody is paying us to do it. We're not doing it for clickbait or anything like that. We didn't get started because of daddy's money. We didn't get started because a video went viral. We were just basically, this is the world we want to be in. This, I might, tick some people off. I don't care. So, why are some pushed more than others? Well, there's several reasons why some are pushed more than others, and they typically have longer hair, driving around mall crawlers and all this and that, and claim they know something, but let's be real, they really don't. So, social media can be a dangerous place. It can be a very beneficial place, but it can be a very dangerous place. If you have a good mind, a good mental health and backbone, you'll do okay. But majority of people, and especially the younger generations, are the ones that are just looking for their niche in the world. It can be detrimental to them of what they're seeing and what they're seeing being pushed more than others. And if you haven't noticed on your news feed, we see a lot of stuff we don't want to see. And that's what's being pushed. It's a dog-eat-dog world. The world nowadays is trying to be ran by the devil. We're trying to push the God out of the picture, and it's all about the money. It's all about the dollar. Especially, the people who run these avenues. They're wanting numbers. They're wanting views. They don't care about how they come across it. So, don't beat yourself up about what you're seeing on social media, is my whole point. We all are guilty of letting this stuff bother us. I am included in this. I mean, I have my bad days where I'm like, good Lord, I cannot believe this is being shared and seen. These poor little girls, these poor people who are just looking for the right the right outlook on life and they're seeing this being promoted and they're so easily trapped into this mindless circle and they fall into it or they question themselves. And it's very heartbreaking. I hate it for these people. But like I just said, sometimes I fall victim to it as well. And more so for the girls and the men because, most women are crazy and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm not skinny enough. I'm not pretty enough. And then it's, well, I'm not good like the men, the male mechanics. So it's just a never ending cycle. And I might be getting sidetracked, but for the men, my heart hurts a lot of times for these male, like severely talented automotive builders and fabricators, and that can just completely, like our good friend David, he is the best fabricator, body prep. I mean, he can turn art out of dust. To see him shape and create like the Volkswagen trike build, it's unbelievable the stuff that he can do. And a lot of these really good, experienced individuals you won't ever hear or see unless you go to a car show. And that's where we like to go and hang out and talk to like-minded people and share our thoughts. And if you want to see our builds, then, so be it. But we're not there for the fame or the fortune. We love and we enjoy doing it. But what you are seeing majority of on the interweb or some of the TV shows that have came and gone, they aren't what's all out there in the world. It's only what you're being seen. And of course, what you're being shown is what they want you to see and hear. Everything sounds perfect in a picture or on a TV show. It's not raw, it's not real. So don't beat yourself up so much in life when you're trying to, say, why can't I get ahead in life? Well, majority of the time, somebody's just got to be given the right opportunity, the right golden spoon. It could be daddy's money. It could be literally a sheer accident. They cross paths with somebody and they link up. I mean, that's just how the luck of the draw. Not everybody's going to win the lottery. Not everybody is going to win the opportunity of the lifetime. You have to be in it to win it for yourself, not anybody else. But I do get very frustrated why some of these people are being shown and pushed who really, I know in my heart, most of them, I don't want to say most of them, because that would be over 50%. And I'm not a negative Nancy, but some of these people don't really know as much as you think they know. Some of these people don't have a positive life and a positive role model that should be shown out to everybody that's watching them. I mean, they shouldn't, but okay. I will say this, majority of the female people that are being pushed, no, they should not be shown. I can say that because I've done the statistics, okay? I'm not hating on them, but I don't like it because the younger female generation are so influential and their heart and their minds are so fragile. So yes, I will speak on that because that's very, very deep to my soul and my existence and my purpose in life. So I wish that would stop being pushed so much because it's not right. It's not. And less clothes should not equal more opportunities, more sponsorships, vehicles, brand ambassador. That should not be happening, okay? We need to squash that in the bud because that is not appropriate. A 15-year-old girl and I was one of these girls. I wanted to go to tech instead of college technical diploma. I wanted to switch to technical college. I've always wanted to be a welder. I've always wanted to be a fabricator and a horse trainer, but it was not promoted. It was frowned upon. you're a female, you can't be doing that. Well, nowadays, us females have a lot of opportunities we didn't have 30 years ago. So when a 15-year-old girl right now is going through her school counseling and figuring out what she wants to do, and all they keep seeing is how one type of girls in this bubble are getting like rocketed and getting all these opportunities and making life look and sound so grand, and then you have these tried and true blue collar nitty gritty country girls that are just back here still jumping off which vehicle they're going to drive, and their worn and tattered jeans and whatnot, that are basically working penny to penny, paycheck to paycheck. They're going to be like, oh, it looks so easy over here, and I can really get paid some good money, not have to work or struggle as hard if I just pull this back a little bit more, push these girls up a little bit higher. No, please don't stoop to that level, okay? Because one of these days, we're going to come to realization, like my granddaddy's era did, that strong work ethic, good, strong morals, and human decency goes a whole lot longer and further in this world, and past, present, and future, than if you were to subject yourself to reap benefits from the devil. I don't care. I mean, I pay my own bills, and like I said before, I don't care what I say. And they're like, oh, you can't be saying all that. You are known out there. You might miss out on opportunities from certain companies and brand ambassador and stuff. And yes, I've been said that before. You gotta watch what you say and do. Well, I'm kind of tired of doing that, honestly. I used to walk on eggshells for a long time, and that's not me. So that's why I'm doing this in CANDiCE'S Cab Talk, because it needs to be said. It needs to be documented. And I popped in and was chatting with my girl the other day, and I was like, why are some of these people's numbers just shoot through the roof? There's some days like I don't even log on. I mean, because I'm living my life. We got 2 garages. I got 2 kids. I worship. I'm like, how do these people keep up with all this stuff? And then I'll be like, oh, I'll have time to do a video. I used to do a lot. And you realize you're caught in this little mindless circle of like, oh no, I didn't post today. Oh no, this won't be good enough. Like I don't like the way I look in this video. And it took me, like I always say, 36 years or so to finally realize, guess what? I don't care. I know the type of human being I am. I'm a good-hearted Christian lady with some wonderful morals and some wonderful upbringing and family behind me. And I lived a rough and tough life. Not as far as like my parents or stuff like that, but I always say I have a million stories to tell. And I was very influential growing up. Like I was trying to find my place. I'd never fit in. And that would be another talk. So yes, I was that person. And if I had social media back then, my life could have turned out so much different. Oh my Lord. And I did have some, bad opportunities where I'd fall into a trap, or, try to fit in, well, let's hang out with these people, or there's been videos. I'll be honest. There's been videos in the past or pictures where, I'll pop up and post a video and wearing this, or I'll do a picture in one of my branded bathing suits and say like, well, I'll do this because I know it'll like wake up my algorithm again because this is what they like to see. Well, yeah, but I just fell victim to that. Like what I'm speaking against, I fell into that trap. I'm no better than the rest. So I am no better than anybody else. And the ones you see on the internet are no better than me. I'm no better than them. We're all our each individual person. But there has to come a point in time where you do justify morals and human dignity and how fragile these people's minds are. And for some of these major brands and corporations to overlook that for views and whatnot, it is a shame. It's really a shame. And for a while, like, I watched what I posted and did because I have opportunities, like for our garage and my trucks and whatnot, and it sounds good. Oh, they might send us some merch or some products. I got to be careful. No, I don't. Because we're gonna get these parts and get all these supplies like the other Joe Blow down the street with our hard-earned money. And if we can't afford it, then we're going to figure it out, or we're going to jerry-rig it or something. But we're not going to ask for handouts. So that is, why I started my Build on a Budget series with Square Barbie, and now I got Hank the Tank. Yes, you can do all this at home. My son was telling me while I was working on the headliner earlier, he's like, "You're still going to use that headliner? It's just it's falling apart." I'm like, "Baby, I ain't got the money for a new headliner. I'm going to be honest." I said, "I got to salvage this." And a lot of times I get so much satisfaction out of restoring these broken down parts and pieces. It's just, that is very fulfilling for me. But I know I'm starting to get scattered brain because I've got collard greens in the crock pot. Beans don't burn on the grill because they're in my other crock pot. Black-eyed peas. And I got a whole ham cooking. Yes, I got the ham bone in the collard greens and the black-eyed peas. Yes, Mama, I got an onion in both too. I was going to make a dessert, but the boys ain't going to eat it, so no sense in me making one now, is there? So, with that said, I'm like, woo, squirrel. This popped in my brain is what started this whole episode. A lot of people, I'm sure, view and look at me and others that are on social media. Like, a lot of people think I'm famous. I don't like that word. I'm not. I'm just an average person doing what I love and enjoy doing. And I always usually have been an open book and shared it on the internet. And then, some people are like, "Oh, Candice, I like you. You're a cool cat." Thank you. I know I am a cool cat, that is. And they're like, Candice, like, how is she, like, doing this and that? She is not a hot rod builder. Well, listen here, LaWanda. Yes, I am. I am a hot rod builder because this is what I love and enjoy doing. You don't have to have this professional title. You don't, like some of these people and all these professions, they go to this pay all this money, a 6-year program, whatever, to get this title so, they're a professional welder. And Cooley, my ex-husband, and my son can outweld most of these people that are professional welders that you see. Or just because, like, I don't know all there is to know doesn't mean I'm a nobody. I'm not a professional, because honestly, there's not many people in this world that are true professionals, that are true, that know all the ins and outs, that are severely talented, that can just name off something off the top of their head, the fire and order and Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, the Mopar, like, they can service and diagnose all of this. There's not many people that fit into that mold. There's not many people that are true professionals. We're all in our own niche. We're all talented at one thing or another. It doesn't take a title or a TV show to tell you who's a professional, who's not. You're like, just a backyard builder. I'm Candice. That's who I am, doing what I love and I enjoy doing. So, my granddaddy, best friend, Lord bless his soul, he was a professional. My Uncle Barry, professional airbrushing and body work. Yes, he is. Now, other people that are being shown on these TV shows, they're good. And they might have been put in the right opportunity, put through the right training. But don't look at them and compare yourself. And don't leave some of us backyard builders on the back burner. Take note of everybody. You can learn something from anybody out there. You don't know everything. You may think you know everything, but you don't. I don't know everything. Lord knows I don't know everything. I wish I knew a lot more. And I always regret, and sometimes, will kind of upset me that I'm the only girl of 4 brothers, and basically in a family full of boys. Growing up, I got my granddaddy's house right here, who originally hoisted motors out from his old walnut tree. That's over 200 years old. Who eventually upgraded to his own hot rod garage, where he did all repairs, and my uncle did all the painting and whatnot. Retired from original General Motors assembly line. And here I had the opportunity, to watch every single day and to learn and be a sponge. But I was a girl. And it was, my fondest memory was whenever I'd go roll around on the creeper, Granddaddy and my daddy would be like, "Candace, you better stop before your hair gets caught in them wheels. What did I tell you?" I wish it would have been like, "Candace, come on over here. Bring me that 10 millimeter and help me take this apart out of this Nova." Instead of, "Get on out of here before you get dirty and your mama gets mad at us." But, I think all that now. But who knows, if I would have stayed and given the chance to be a sponge in my granddaddy's garage with my granddaddy, my daddy, my uncle, and treated like one of the brothers. I've always wanted to be my daddy's other son, because I've always worshipped him, and I've always worshipped, automotives, and I've always been a tomboy, country girl. I could have turned out totally different. So it's easier to say now, I wish this, I wish that. But I'm thankful I had the upbringing that I did. I'm thankful for the granddaddy I was so honored and privileged to have. I'm very thankful for my daddy. And there's a lot of talented people in my family that I did get to learn some stuff from. And luckily, I am with an amazingly talented man, Cooley. So I'm still trying to learn as much as I can. I can be 70 years old, and I'm still going to want to learn something. I always want to learn more and more and more. And that's part of the demise I have in my own world, is wanting to be a perfectionist and overachiever. I don't like being told no. And I'm like, why can't I know this? Or why is this, so frustrating? And some of my medical conditions, it's hard for me to find things nowadays. And I get frustrated with that. But then I sit back and I realize how truly blessed we all are. And if you are not liking your life and where you are in your profession, just, do some self-evaluating, look over everything. Maybe it is you. Maybe it's not you, and it's just like the world you're put into right now. What can you do to make yourself better? What can you do to make your family better and your career you're wanting to do? And just dot it down. We've got to be held accountable for our own actions, our own misfortunes, and everybody's not going to be given a pot of gold. Everybody's not going to have daddy's money. And the ones that are giving daddy's money, let me go and tell you, their backbone and their work ethic and their morals are not going to be the same as most of the people that are going to be watching this video. Sorry, not sorry. It's true. I've studied a lot in psychology and in the human brain and how it works and ticks, and sometimes that's why I'm outspoken about it, because I know and see and have experienced it, how all of this works and how so much plays hand in hand. So I have rambled on enough. I wanted to try to keep this to 25 minutes long, so here we are. Now we gotta go fix food, and I will end it with Don't stay so focused on what you see on social media. You see what they want you to see, you hear what they want you to hear. And in some of the stuff, it is just basically clickbait. And just, you have to be happy within your own soul. That's the only way we're going to get through this life. If you're jealous of the ones that are getting all of these views and all of their algorithm is through the roof, and you're seeing them post these screenshots of how they're making $25 to $2 million just by being a social media influencer, that's rare. That's rare, and it's usually some viral videos. It's not a common occurrence. And to get into that world, they're also sacrificing a lot that a lot of us are privileged to enjoy by not posting a lot. And I hope to see y'all on my chapter 2, episode 2 of In CANDiCE'S Cap. Thanks for listening to me ramble on, because my ADHD brain and my multiple sclerosis makes my thought process literally go non-existent. I love y'all. I gotta go get this New Year's Eve food prepared for my boys. I love y'all.